Yeah, one of my big criticisms often of the whole seminar field and these professions is that very often people come up on stage and demos are done and it often looks impressive, but you often have no idea what the actual consequences of these demos were in life over time. And I used to have this pesky habit in my younger days where I would get the phone numbers and email addresses of demo subjects at seminars and contact them like 2 or 3 months later and say, "Hey, it's Jurgen from the seminar. How did that thing go?" And what I realized was that quite often demos that many people thought were like just outrageous successes hadn't necessarily done much.
Mhm.
And that's not necessarily a problem, but it was kind of implied that because it looked impressive on stage, that real change works that way. So I've run a practice for 28 years, and I like to bring some reality and some honesty into it. So the thought you and I had, was, well, what if we look for some real clients? Of course, they didn't pay any money, so they're not. But these were people who were not part of the seminar. They're not participants, and they're not people any of us know. So we got someone from India, we had someone from Australia, someone from the UK, and someone from the Netherlands, and topics such as anger issues, money fears, panic attacks, anxiety. And then we had two radical remission cases, which was lupus, fibromyalgia, and arthritis, and the other one was cancer of the local cords. And to just take a crack at something where common sense would say that we're likely not going to get anywhere. Because what people often do is they might record a session, but they only show it if they know it's been successful. So we made this commitment that we're going to show this stuff and the follow-up interviews, irrespective of the results or the lack of results. So there's like 15 hours, I think, of footage of these four people, and so follow-up interviews over time, so people can actually see real change work and see some follow-up sessions and see some interviews later. So I think that gives a much more realistic perspective on change work, um, and a chance to see how I actually work, how I actually apply this stuff with clients, and how I troubleshoot and adapt and adapt based upon the feedback that I get. So there's tons of tons of material in that, and also which we're going to talk about in the seminar, an opportunity for people to do a little modeling project, based upon it over time. So not that anyone has to, but just throwing it out there as a possibility.